Right, we're all going to pretend last week didn't happen. We're away against Manchester United. It is the Premier League title decider. As long as we don't lose, we win the league for the second year in a row. And then we can be positive and look forward to next season. Hello and welcome to part 183 of Backing the Boro. I'm Kev, and coming up on today's episode we have that title decider away against Manchester United, plus as many other games as we need to win the league. If we win the title against United, it'll maybe just be a one-game episode. We might put the Brentford one in as well. If we need all three games, we'll play all three games. I realise that means the episode length could potentially be a bit of a spoiler. But who's to say I haven't just left 15 minutes of me dancing in silence at the end of this video just so that we don't do any spoilers and we wrap it all up in the next 3 minutes or so. Since you were last with me, full disclosure, I don't remember I guess the last time you saw us was Man City, so you haven't seen the two Premier League games. Newcastle, Wolves, we won them both. This is what the Premier League situation is going into this final game of the season. 3 games left. We are 8 points clear. As I said before, as long as we don't lose against United, we're done today. Realistically, if we get, with our goal difference, we just need 1 point from our final 3 games, and it doesn't really matter what we do against Man United. That would be the true backdoor Kev way to do it. But fingers crossed, with the return of Piazza today, even though he's still a little bit injured, but he's got to play today. With him back, hopefully we can go to Man United, wrap the title up early on in the episode, and then just have a party for the rest of it. So, our team today, we've got Harry's in goal, a back four of Roberts, Ripert, Taraka and Coupler. That's right, I'm playing Ripert in a big game. I don't learn. We've got Francisco, Caminero and Barbas in midfield, with Serenok Nuhu in behind, Jones and Piazza up front. Let's just get into the game. Hopefully not get embarrassed. I mean, nothing bad happened the last time we went away to a team in Manchester, did it? Remember, we're forgetting last week happened. So, in actual fact, we don't know what happened last time we went away to Manchester, which is probably good because we've probably still got some kind of scarring from it. Well, Kevin, the day is finally upon us. Can you get the point required? Yeah, of course we can. I don't care about showing Man United what we're capable of. I genuinely just want to win the league. I don't care how we do it. I don't care if Man United is that still a rule where if you get 4 players sent off, or is that just a FIFA thing back in the day? But if you get 4 players sent off, it's a 3-0 win to the other team. Now I'm thinking about it, I think that's probably just FIFA. Has it ever happened in real life? What happens if they get 4 players sent off? Is the game abandoned and the match awarded to us? Let me know down in the comments. But the point I was making, I don't care if that's how we win the league, if they just get a load of players sent off. I'm willing to incite a riot in the opposition team if it leads us to a title victory. We're 1-0 down after 22 minutes. I think that's probably what we all expected. Oh, that's just poor. The way he just runs through us there as if our defence is not there is terrifying. He's not even a striker. He was a right midfield player, just destroying us by running past half of our defence. Jones now plays it over the top to Piazza. He's still not fully fit, but can still destroy the Man United defenders for pace, but can't quite finish past their goalkeeper. I noticed when I was just having a little nose around before the game started that although Piazza has 33 goals for us in all competitions this season, he's not actually up to 20 goals in the Premier League yet. He's only on 19. He's scored 10 goals in 7 Champions League appearances, so a big chunk of he's set the Champions League alight. He was like on an 8.4 average rating in the Champions League. Goodness me, did we miss him against Man City. But it would be nice to have him up above 20 Premier League goals for the season. And it would be nice for him to do that with an equaliser here that wins us the league, because he has been our superstar this year. I can't believe he's still only a teenager. And we've talked about it in the comments a few times. It is very sad that we're not going to get to see the next 15 years of Piazza. We will do, or I will do, a 10 years in the future thing after we're done, the way I always do. So after the save is done, I'll just put it on holiday mode for like 10 seasons. Oh, I've just hit the frame of the goal. And we will have a look to see how his career turns out. But as is often the way with these little clubs who force their way up to glory, Nuneaton won't be a European force for the next 10 years. It just never seems to work out that way. They'll probably end up a mid-table Premier League side, or maybe over the course of 10 years might even get relegated down to the Championship. Who knows? But Piazza won't still be here. But it'll be interesting to see how his career turns out wherever he ends up. I imagine the first thing that happens when I inevitably leave Nuneaton is he'll probably get a transfer to a big club, maybe even Man United. Who knows? who are having a bit of a resurgence. After a number of years of not really being competitive in the league, they are absolutely pushing us all the way this season. And we're still only 1-0 down, still just need an equaliser to win the league today. And it would be nice to win the league at Old Trafford. But like I said at the start, I'm really not bothered when and how we do it. If it's a last-minute equaliser on the last day at home against Liverpool, I don't care as long as we win the league. Although I think my blood pressure might feel a little bit differently if it goes all that way. Realistically, we should wrap it up against Brentford in the next game. I think Man United still got to play Arsenal, or did they just play Arsenal? I know they had Arsenal in their run-in, so in theory we had an easier run-in than them because Arsenal are the other big team with Man City traditionally. I mean, it's a more normal-looking top four than it's been for years. I acknowledge Nuneaton are part of it, but the other three, we haven't got a Wolves or a Blackburn in there this year. It's starting after 20 plus... Oh, Nuhu, what a finish from Nuhu. Is he going to be the man who wins us the league again? After what are we, 25 seasons in the future? I don't even know how far in the future we are now. But it's interesting to see that the Premier League is slowly shuffling itself back into a more normal structure after some weird years. Right, Piazza and Nuhu combine again for a goal. How many times has that happened this season? Piazza has been largely responsible for the resurgence of Nuhu this year. I am certain of it. We are going to take Piazza off now, though. He's too broken. We've got Alonso sat there on the bench. And I feel like every episode this season I've talked about how he was in the team of the year last year. He was. He's good. We're going to take Barbas off and bring on Wanda as well. Just get some experience on in central midfield. He's been there, done it before. Got the T-shirt, all that stuff. A top corner screamer from Wanda. I can live with that as a way to win the league. He might be leaving this summer. We've said that the last few years, but he's really become a fringe player this summer. And if we get another big money offer from China this summer, we would be mad to keep hold of him this time, I think. Centurion can come on for Francisco. Just swap these lot around. I mean, that's a much more familiar looking midfield three. Everyone in their proper positions. And we've got 10 minutes to grab an equaliser. Nuhu is prowling. I mean, it would be poetic if it was a Nuhu free kick in the 92nd minute just into the top corner because he's Nuhu and that's what he does. But it doesn't look like we're even going to get a highlight. I mean, what are the chances in a game of this importance that you don't even get a highlight? You just get the full-time one at the end. That's pathetic. Right, well, I guess we have to go and win it against Brentford then. If we don't win it against Brentford, we really are bottle job City. It's now a 5-point gap with 2 games left and a dominant goal difference. We should still be fine. I'm not worried yet. Just the one change for the Brentford game, then Rosic comes back into the midfield at the expense of Francisco. We're having a little bit of a problem with Rosic because he keeps turning down contract offers. He's demanding a new contract in the press despite having 3 years remaining on his £82,000 a week deal he's currently on. Bear in mind, only a 3-star player, and he keeps turning down offers. I'm not giving him £150,000, £160,000 a week because he's not. I don't think he's that good. I mean, he's good. He's a very good player for us to have. He's not £160,000 a week good, though. So we might have a bit of a problem with him. We'll deal with that in the summer, though, because hopefully today is the day we do wrap up the league title. Piazza is now fully fit, and surely a fully fit Piazza can take care of Brentford on his own. Never mind the fact he's got Nuhu behind him. He's got Jones alongside him. He has got that awesome midfield. The defence that's also there. Brentford have... They 2 of our former players in their attack. And we've checked... So Wagner and Maestra, both in the Brentford attacking midfield 3. Plus they've got Checo on the bench. I mean, fingers crossed. If they bring Checo on, we're just about there, I think. But Maestra and Wagner never really got a proper chance with us. They played odd games here and there. But neither of them were ever given the opportunity to be a first choice at any point. So they'll probably be coming here with a point to prove, even though we're at their place. We're coming there so they can prove their point. We're nice like that. Nuhu with the corner. And it's a header for, I don't even know who got on the end of that, but it pinged around in the box a little bit and we've got another corner. I think it was Ripert who got on the end of it in the end. Piazza down to Ripert again. Ripert, I mean, you'd want that the other way around, really. Piazza plays it into Ripert for him to try and finish, but here is Maestra running at us. And, we need to just keep an eye on both of those two, Wagner and Maestro. I'm terrified of. And knowing how Football Manager works, it'll be Checo who comes on and scores the winner for Brentford today, just to really show me what an idiot I am. And, I mean, if that's the kind of shooting they've got, then bring Checo on. He scores nearly 2 goals most seasons. He might not have this season's couple of goals yet, though. He might be grabbing them both today. Coupler. A little bit crowded there, but finds Caminero over to Ripert, forward to Ruzic, who's got loads of space. Nuhu, and ends up back with Nuhu via Ruzic. Nuhu from range, just wide. That one was just testing, just making sure he fully understood where the goal was. Now he does. He knows he's got to adjust slightly. Next time he does that, it's in the back of the net. Jones, forward towards Nuhu, but doesn't make it anywhere near him. Jones into Nuhu again, finds Piazza. Lovely control, shot from the edge of the area, and it's fumbled a little bit by their keeper, but there's nobody following in because it's a long-range shot from Piazza and Jones is involved in the build-up. So we have no one following up when he does spill the ball. Nuhu, just testing the other side of the goal this time. I wasn't clear before. I meant the next time he went to that first side, it's in. Now he's tested both sides and tested the height of the goal. I can assure you the next shot from range Nuhu has is definitely ending up in the back of the net. I've never seen that man miss 3 in a row. And if anyone wants to win us the league, it's Nuhu. Remember as well, if it ends like this at 0-0, we win the league. Nuhu, there you go. See, it's not from long range, but how appropriate that after all this money we've spent in the last 3 or 4 seasons, all these superstars that we've signed, it's the guy who's been here 6 years, who only cost us £5 million, turned up on loan initially. We might have to have a proper vote after we're done. Is Nuhu the hero of the save? Or will it forever be Sir Tom Elliott? I think they've got to be the two, surely. But who's the bigger hero? Let me know down in the comments. If you could only get one name on the back of your shirt, which I think is how it works, do you get Sir Tom Elliott or do you get Sir Enoch Nuhu? I'm not entirely sure which one I get at this point. If he wins us the league again, if he wins us the Champions League next season, then I think that is how he cements his place as the greatest player in the history of Nuneaton Town. At the moment, he's probably level with Elliott, maybe. It's difficult. Very difficult. Ripert, please don't bottle another one. Plays it across towards Coupler. Coupler forward to Piazza, who's injured again. We'll take him off in a minute. We don't want to break him. Coupler across to Caminero. To Nuhu. He's got Roberts in space to cross. Roberts in the area. Tucks it across to Jones. And he's at Nuhu again. My word. Have you ever seen a big game player like Nuhu? When it counts, the reason he didn't get into the team for so long is because he's like the opposite of the rest of our players. Because obviously when the cameras are on, we often lose because we often show you the big games and we've got some bottle jobs in our team. But also, they're the games that Nuhu plays well in. When the camera's not on, you don't notice him half the time because they're generally not big games. And he's just not interested. But the moment anything is at stake, the moment it's any kind of big game, Nuhu looks like the greatest player in the history of the world. Which he's obviously not. He's still never won a cap for Germany. He's been English for a year. England haven't called him up. He's only a 3-star player. Barcelona are interested in him again, but he's not as good as the performances that we get out of him in these big games would indicate. But goodness me, do we enjoy these big game performances. Right, let's make our final substitution after I've finished being super excited about Nuhu. Caminero can come off, Wanda can come on. We want Wanda on the pitch when we win the league because, like I say, this might be the last time you see Wanda. Is he 29 or 30 now? He's certainly at an age where if we get a crazy money offer from China, it's worth it for us and also worth it for him because he can go and earn £300,000 or £400,000 a week over there, which he's never going to get anywhere near with us. And he's probably only got a few years of his career left. Although he is still regularly getting called up into the Brazil squad. So he's still a very, very good player, but just not as good as our 3 best central midfielders are, which is why he doesn't start anymore. So I'm happy to let him go, even though we've got an enormous amount of money to spend next season. I'm happy to grab even more of it. Oh, it's Checo. Surely not. Checo with the assist. I mean, they've still got to grab another 2. I don't think they're going to grab another 2, surely, and ruin it for us today. That would be most troubling. But Wagner and Checo both involved. Is what's his face? Maester, is he still on the pitch? Maester is still on the pitch. We've got the Nuneaton old boys all in attack for Brentford, in the position to absolutely spoil our day, and it's Checo in behind us again, and oh my goodness me, they've hit the post now. Even their main striker's called Livesey. It's like the reincarnation of Livesey Mason. It's the ghosts of Nuneaton past trying to spoil our celebration. Ruzic forward to Alonso. Obviously we have got Nuhu on a hat-trick. Would there be a more appropriate way for us to win the league than for that man to grab yet another hat-trick? Barbas, forward to Roberts. Ruzic, we've got him queuing up in the middle, and it's Alonso. And surely now, with 3 minutes to go and a 2-goal advantage again, we have wrapped this one up. There's no coming back now for the Nuneaton old boys, surely. It's a lovely little pass from Roberts. If Roberts could learn to defend, he would be the perfect left-back, because he is so good going forward. I mean, if only there was... Perhaps I'll invent like a more forward-playing fullback, like a fullback who plays in midfield. Is that a thing anyone's ever done? Like on the wide midfielder. I don't know what I'd call it, but I think he'd be quite good at that if such a thing existed. But obviously we know that the idea of that is farcical. But I think we've just won the league. Have we won the league? We've won the league. 2nd year in a row. There you go. Look, we get the ticker tape, the confetti, the trophy, the celebrations. I don't look like I'm enjoying it as much as everyone else is. Oh, there you go. A little bit of a clap for me. We have won the league again. Back-to-back league titles. Who thought we could do that 2 seasons ago? I certainly didn't. Now, we just have to make sure we go and win the Champions League, because I'm not going to show the Liverpool game. We don't need to see it. We are very much working to a schedule now. Oh, I'm one of the top English managers. Let's have a quick look at the Hall of Fame. He's working to a schedule, but if there's some ego stroking that can be done, I'm very much... Oh, look, I'm the 3rd best English manager of all time. If we win one more trophy of any kind, I become 2nd best behind Brian Clough. I think that's about as much as I can hope for. I'm not on the nation one yet. We're going to struggle to get into that. Continent. No, I'm not going to get on the continent one, or worldwide. I don't think I'm going to get onto that either. But we do have the option to finish the save as the 2nd best English manager of all time. What's Piazza done? Calf strain. He's going to miss his whole pre-season. That's a bit of a problem. But we're not going to worry about it, because we are now fully focused on a Champions League win next season, which will be the final season of the save. And I'm terrified. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.